So accidentally catch our free walking tour. So I made it to St. Gregory, the Illuminator. So tinry kong habulin yung tour. Unfortunately, wala pala talagang tour ngayon, naka-schedule. Hanan na! Good morning guys! Welcome to my day 2 of my adventure here. So I'm trying to catch dun sa tour kung makakahabol ako, but I tried to book online but they are giving me the different dates. So pwede naman daw mag-walk-in. So try natin kung aabot ako ng 10 o'clock. So it's a very short tour, like 5 hours. And I just had my breakfast and I am here at the square. So let's see kung makakahabol ako doon sa tour na nakaset, na nasa idea ko nung pa nalimutan ko lang mag-book, kaya eto, rushing in. So tinry kong habulin yung tour. Unfortunately, wala pala talagang tour ngayon, naka-schedule dun sa isang area na napuntahan namin. So what I'm planning now is pumunta dun sa St. Gregory, the Illuminator. So it's about 15 minutes walk. And okay lang naman maglakad because malamig. So ayan ang venue. So all gear up naman ako, so hindi ako mahihirapan na maglakad ng maglakad. O diba, blend in sa kulay. So made it to the St. Gregory, the Illuminator. Dito sa yerevan pa rin. So this is the place that I haven't been to nung 2018. So kaya I tried to come here and find it myself. The entrance. So I made it to St. Gregory, the Illuminator. So isa sa mga famous church here in Armenia, in Yerevan. So pasok tayo dun sa St. Gregory Chapel. Tingnan natin. Mag-pray na rin tayo since naandito na rin lang tayo. Let's pray for good health. Tsaka yung time na nakapag-travel tayo despite of the COVID. So let's get inside and let's pray. So it's really nice na nakapasok tayo dito sa St. Gregory at the same time nakapagdasal. So first time ko dito sa church na ito. So as usual, pag first time sa church, dun mo nahihilingin yung lagi mong hinihiling. And nagkakatotoo. So I hope this will be the same as Trinity Church or Trinity Cathedral in Tbilisi, na dun ako nagpapasalamat at dun ako naghahanap. So one thing more, babalik ako dito para magpasalamat pag natupad na yung aking, I'm not really sure, magpapasalamat dahil matutupad yung aking mga wishes na ibinato sa simbahan na ito. Babalik ako pag natapas na siya at matutupad siya, ang alam ko. Kasi same as nangyari sa Trinity Cathedral sa Georgia, na I was able to pray everything and naibigay naman. So I keep on coming back there to say my grace at mga pasasalamat. So see, now move on to the next adventure. I mean, to the next location. I am not really sure, I have to Google it first, so I'll keep you updated. So after ng St. Gregory, just 10 minutes walk from St. Gregory Cathedral, naandito naman tayo sa flea market po. I'm not really sure, I'm not going to buy anything, but it's worth visiting daw kasi may mga gamit dito na way back pa ng mga Soviet era, something like that. Parang yung mga glasswares at saka yung mga mga dining sets ay yung way back pa ng mga palaces, gano'n lang dating. Hindi ko alam kung authentic siya, but pwede na rin. Jewelry. Oh, it's nice one. Yung kabita. Parang yung mga kubyertos kubyertos sa palasyo. Mga Bible relic. So kung mahilig ka doon sa mga Soviet era at saka yung mga brass, mga silvers at saka mga kubyertos na pangmayaman, so I think you should go here kasi madaming mabibili. So nagkaroon din ng mix na mga kung ano-ano, but lots of silvers and brass. Oh, may parang Baguio din. Ooh, may mga leather ano din, wallet. Mga papiltos. Mga pottery. So mix talaga. Ito yung flea market nila dito. So mix, may mga pottery, may mga kung ano-ano, may mga kubyertos, may mga silvers, at saka may mga bronze, may mga tela din. So ang dami makikita. I'm not really fan of the flea market kasi I think na pag bumili pa ako, hindi ko na alam kung saan ko ilalagay. So might as well not to buy anything. But it's worth visiting, right? So at the end of the flea market, you will end up with this statue. So right after nung flea market na andito lang ako sa parang park. So I guess I am just behind dun sa beside the Central Square or Republic Square, and parang may museum dito with mga bato-bato na parang relics or something like this, just like this. So may bato pa dun na isa, meron pa dito. And this one, lapitan natin. I'm not going to each one of them, pero let's see. So ito na yung cross.
A few moments later.
Down there, and that street went straight down there. There was a smaller square, smaller one, and it was called the Old Town Square. The buildings were like those, the black and orange squares on the top of the buildings. These are very neoclassical, classical basically elements. But what he did, like he came out with these ornaments that we had from the medieval times, from the books, from the manuscripts, and from the khachkars, the cross stones, and the designs on the churches. For example, there's some rosettes. You see the circle. In French, rosette.
So accidentally catch our free walking tour. I was trying to hook up with that a while ago, and when I was walking in a Marriott hotel, I found this guy.
You know this guy?
So it's a free walking tour.
Anybody heard of this guy? They get the dough, they put it on a little cushion like that one over there, you see that one over there, and then they stick it on the side of the wall of things from the inside, and it cooks like into 2-3 minutes. And this is called tonri huts, the bread from meat, and in some dialects it's food, literally. And historically, till now, in Armenia, what we say, so this actually is a very interesting area about the renovation in Yerevan. If you look at the buildings here, you see the concrete back. They used actually the original stone from the houses that they took from the 19th century. So these was 2 buildings, you see. That one was the house of a rich family, and it has the Gothic elements and everything, the black and orange stones. And this was a smaller house, you see they used that. On the other side there's more as well. And as you can see from inside the street in the middle over there will be like a cobblestone street. And the windows over there, it will have the typical South Caucasian style wooden balconies that there's all over, even it's in northern Iran as well.
So the last time I had a free walking tour is nung nagpunta ako ng Brasov, Romania. So it's very informative. Now I'm trying it again here in Armenia. Kasi nga, this is my second time. So basically nakapag-tour na ako ng mahaba. And I just want to know more about Yerevan or Armenia through walking tour. So our walking tour, yun nga kagaya ng sinabi ko, I just stumble upon him kanina. Kasi meron talaga originally dapat sasamahan. But they did not show up. Or nakaalis na kasi I was about 15 minutes late. And now we are here.
People who had a water shop, literally water shop in Armenian, yerevan down there. Well, not necessarily meant water. It could have been alcohol, it could have been like vodka, a bit of brandy and stuff like that. So they built the boys' school here. This is the boys' school. Black and orange building, as you can see, this was built here in the beginning of the 20th century. Basically, in the Persian kingdoms, they had the Shah, and then you had the regional Khans. And one of them was the Khan of Yerevan, the other one was Khan of Tbilisi, Khan of Karabakh, Khan of Baku. So we were living under the rule of the Persians. And actually, this whole square in 1920 was renamed into the famous leader of the revolution, of course, Lenin. So the square was called Lenin Square. Lenin's statue was right down there. The whole street became the facade of the buildings. They were more like, you know, stone, as you could see all over. But then when you go inside, you have these nice, pretty little yards with a lot of those wooden architecture, balconies. And usually people will come inside their houses, passing through the, you know, this little alley. And then 1917 there was the revolution, you know, and they left the region for some time. What happened here? There was the World War, of course. We were fighting on the side of Russia against the Turks to get some of our historic land and eventually attach it to this part of Armenia. It was working, but oh my god, that's very short. I don't think you're going to see Ararat. Actually, cross kar is stone. This is the typical Armenian tombstone. Historically, we had the graves and we had the gravestones with a lot of the ornaments around, the symbol of the sun in the bottom, and the main cross, which is a branch of the tree of life. Remember I told you we took some stuff from the pre-Christian pagan times. Tree of life, it's very obvious it is a pre-Christian kind of a thing, and we took it. The sun, of course, it is the symbol, you know, because of rotating sun all together. It goes with the birds. Look how beautiful the birds are up on the top. These are pigeons. We use a lot of those actually in Armenian ornamental art. If you go and see the Madenadaran, the manuscript museum, there's about 34,000 copies of manuscripts. Madenadaran is up the hill on Mashdod Avenue. Years ago, and actually they started like working around here, and then there was the owner of these 3 buildings. He wanted to destroy them and build something like that, but things didn't work on his side because the city interfered, and they decided they're not going to do this. On the contrary, there's more artists now. There's actually 30 artists living and working here, and they do a lot of events here. There's even an art cafe inside there. There is a music school there. So we're on Abovian Street now, and it's the same street that goes down to Republic Square. The rich merchants of Yerevan lived and worked here. This was the commercial street of Yerevan, the main street in the 18th century, all the way till. So this is a typical historic Armenian house with its backyard. People would go inside from that archway, which is a souvenir shop now. You'll go inside your house, you go upstairs from the stairs. The people lived upstairs actually. It's a nice house of some rich people. Now there's a gallery up there. It's a restaurant. It's a regular restaurant. It's not a tavern. But in the basement where we just passed, this kind of a, archway kind of an entrance thing, that was called Maran. Maran is the place where they made the wine and they had the karasses, the pots. There's two things I want to tell you about karasses and Armenia. And actually, one of the stars here belongs to him. These stars are famous Armenian actors. He was an actor as well in France. We will always say like he's the most famous diaspora in Armenian. He did a lot of good for Armenia as well, especially when we had the earthquake. 1988, we had a very powerful earthquake. Let me tell you a bit more about this square, the Freedom Square. Summertime, of course, as I said, sunsets, everybody's out. You see these cars? There's tons of them in the summertime. That's the only dangerous place in Yerevan actually, because these kids don't know how to drive their cars. But still, Yerevan, as I said before, it's one of the safest cities in the world. And yes, walk in the evening, it's safe. Don't be afraid that somebody will come and snatch your phone or ask you for money. Or, oh, well, beggars, yeah, we have a lot of gypsy beggars. You see them on the streets. And the world is number 8, by the way. It's between Slovakia and Switzerland. Last time I checked. I'm not sure now, but still. The opera actually was built by the same architect who built the Republic Square, and he designed the whole city center, Alexander Tamanyan. Tamanyan is the architect, Tumanyan is the writer. Okay, remember that? Tumanyan Street, remember? Tumanyan is sitting over there. He wrote a story about a girl called Almast. It became an opera by this guy sitting here, Spentiarian. Their opera played here first in 1933 when they did the opening of the opera. That's why they're sitting here. The thinker, I'm sure you've seen the statue that looks like this, yeah. So the thinker, and this is the same guy. We named the square France, and the French got so excited. And Sarkozy came and he brought this actually during the Urartian times, 2,900 years ago until 2,600 years ago. And then the Greeks came, and then the Persians were here. So in the first, second century, when the Greeks were here, we were very much Hellenized. Okay, and then the Persians were here as well, 6th century, and then Armenia was a satrapy for some time belonging to Iran, and then we became independent.
So accidentally catch our pre-walking tour. I was trying to hook up with that a while ago, and when I was walking in a Marriott hotel, I found this guy.